few months ago, when the PlayStation VR2 was officially announced, I made a video on what I thought about it and explained everything that we knew about it at that point. And you know, I did my thing on that video, you know. I called it a waste of money. Which it is, in my opinion at least. Don't get me wrong, the PSVR2 is probably well worth the price, which is more than the console that it runs on, you know, just putting that out there. But the VR gameplay that they've showcased looks phenomenal, especially for a console exclusive headset. This thing definitely looks like it's going to be on par with the more advanced and pricier headsets like HTC's. But again, like I explained before, the VR2 really only appeals to the hardcore PlayStation or VR fan because most aren't going to be willing to pay this price point for a limited library of games that people will mostly play on the hardware. Not even mentioning the fact that the PlayStation VR2 isn't backwards compatible with the PS4, but the original PlayStation VR works on the PS5 as long as you still have the PS4 camera. Both of which you could get right now for prices that are not $549. However, keep in mind that the new games for the PSVR2 aren't going to be compatible with the older headset. But, you know, if I were on the PS5 and wanted a VR experience and never really had one on the PS4, what I would just do is use the old headset until the price on the newer one goes down. I'm not sure if people are following this same logic or if they just aren't as interested as Sony projected them to be when the pre-orders for the PSVR2 launched, but Sony has recently been met with disappointment as they were forced to cut their forecasted production on the new VR system due to lower than projected pre-order numbers. Just like how you're forced to watch this plug on my Patreon. If you want to support the channel, gain access to exclusive videos that'll never go to YouTube, or be able to watch my channel videos earlier than when I usually upload them, feel free to check the link in the description below and become a Patreon member today. When Sony initially announced the PSVR2, they apparently planned to ship around 2 million units for its February 22nd release. This was done with the thought that the library of all new PlayStation VR games and cutting-edge graphics would entice players enough to bank on Sony's new hardware. And, you know, as far as the price point sitting at $549 before tax, Sony explained that they were fully aware of the cheaper headset options like Meta's most popular system right now, which went up in price from $299 to $399. I saw that in Walmart the other day. Why didn't you guys tell me? But Sony decided to instead focus on keeping a better quality headset than to compete with the lower quality price point of its competition. Which is understandable. I mean, you're not forced to buy this thing, it's only an accessory. And its obvious appeal is to the people that actually want it. So while the price is crazy, there are people that are willing to pay for it. But that number of people obviously didn't reach Sony's expectations because the VR2 is now projected to sell 1.5 million units between March and April of this year, with 1 million of those units being available at launch. So Sony got a tad bit humbled, it's fair to say that, but it isn't a crazy loss to the point where they'd have to cancel the whole project. Hopefully though, because of this data, it shifts Sony towards lowering the price of the VR2 sooner than later because VR is something that every PlayStation user should experience at least once, and with the PS5's beautiful graphics, I'd never be more excited to get motion sickness. So let's hope that Sony's headset lives up to the price that people have paid for it, and that they continue to make great innovations on the games that we play on the hardware. So what do you guys think about Sony's new headset, man? Feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're interested, check out my Patreon, and I'll see you on the next one.